Good morning. It is what time? 7:24 a.m. on Monday, December 14th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Uh a little, still waking up slowly today. Um had a little bit of trouble trying to get as much sleep as I wanted last night, just partly because of, you know, uh Saturday night staying up too late watching Dark and then not quite getting enough sleep and then taking a nap in the middle of the day and then yeah, couldn't quite make myself go to bed at the time that I would have wanted to last night, but we soldier on. You might be hearing little thumps cuz Rocket has a new toy. Ah, trying to pick it up to show the people, Rocket. Um where was I? Mike and I did a new episode of Watching 100 Movies last night where we were talking about John Hughes movies. In particular, we spent a lot of time on The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. And I thought it was really interesting to discuss those movies. We ended up it being more kind of a longer and more like emotionally rigorous conversation than even I expected. But like The Breakfast Club in particular, I think really is just such, as a discussion topic, it almost can't help but draw out various, insecurities and feelings and thoughts and opinions about about being a teenager and how that feels and, learning to deal with what life throws at you and all of that sort of thing. And it's just, I think, one of the reasons it's a great movie is just for how kind of it gets at the fundamentals of the teenage experience in a way that a lot of things don't. Even as there are parts of it that haven't aged as well. And then with Pretty in Pink, it's pretty good in its own right, and we talk about that. But one of the things that's also really fascinating to talk about with that one is just the character of Ducky and the way he behaves. There's some interesting nuance just in the idea of how much we're supposed to find his behavior sympathetic versus pointing out that it's kind of obsessive, controlling, stalkery, jealous for most of the movie. Um, but yeah, so in any case, though, it was really good discussion. So the YouTube version of that is up. Oh, there should be a link up probably right there at the end of the episode, and so you can check that out. But yeah, in the meantime, I've got to get into the office today to do a little bit of paperwork, and just starting to get closer to the holidays. I've done some shopping, but not all of the shopping that I need to do, and so it's starting to run out of time though. I think maybe the last thing I'll finish up with today is something that I just feel like I need to remind myself of every time it happens, which is that I cleaned my apartment a little, like dusting and vacuuming and picking up trash and stuff like that. And it just makes my place feel so much better when it's clean. And yet I feel like I have to learn that lesson every single time. I let it go to the point where it's kind of embarrassing and that makes me feel bad. And then I finally clean it and then it makes me feel good. And I'm like, well, why can't I just keep it clean? That would be nice, wouldn't it? In any event, that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with because, cleaning in and of itself generally is not super fun. But, it just feels like, it's always being taken away from something else. And yeah, but once it's done, it makes the time after it's done better than it would have been if you didn't clean. Does that make any sense? I hope so. Anyway, I've got to get some caffeine and take a shower, so I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.